Hey everyone, welcome to Zelda Speedruns. Tonight we have yet another Zelda 2 Randomizer Standard Tournament race. We are in Swiss Round 2 and we have a double feature, Patrick versus methinkso and drjayphd versus Paratroopa. Tracking we have VT Slacker and Animus United, and on commentary we have Malchior and Elendar, and they will take it from here.
Hey, what up, everybody? It's me, Elendar. I got Malchior with me, and nope, not Z1. We are here for Z2. Patrick and methinkso both on 1-0. Dr. J and Para both on 0-1. Malchior, how you feel about these matchups?
I'm in the wrong room. No, this is a good matchup. I fought methinkso in the... Josh, what did y'all call that rookie tournament?
The Upstarts tournament.
The Upstarts. Hey, that's a good name. Yeah, I fought methinkso in the Upstarts tournament. Very, very well established. His combat is really good for a new player. Patrick, the OG veteran. Let's see how methinkso holds up against him. And Dr. J versus Para, it's kind of a classic matchup. Kind of two people that have been in this game for a while and know their stuff and kind of evenly matched.
Yeah, Para's interesting. I know Para has been around for a while, but sort of takes some time off. She can pull off some huge upsets sometimes. So look for some craziness going on, but we're just about to get started here. And what are people we got? We got a Yoshi, we got a couple Links.
Oh, boring.
We got a horse head, vanilla-like. It's looking like early.
Oh, starting fire in Syria. This will be funny. Let's see how much MP it costs. My bet is on 60 plus.
Yeah, fire at level 1 costs about $1 billion. So I think the vanilla cost is 120. I don't think it's possible that fire's castable at level 1.
Oh, we're going for hints. Nothing at the blob.
Yup, and we're not going to be going for the Bogda's Woods hint here because it looks like you could just walk around that lake very easily.
72.
Yeah, 72 actually pretty low for Magic 1, but yeah, still not castable. Yeah, as far as sprite replacements go, there's a number of options that are pre-built into the randomizer. And then yeah, there's people who make more of them. If you ever have one that you want to try out.
Oh gosh, Para with the double Dyrus.
Oof, oof, oof. Thankfully, not that much of a time loss. We're early on, and wow, is this like a really cramped opening here?
Oh, methinkso trying to get some early farming done at the entrance of P4. Para's like, these double Dyras are kind of ugly. Okay,
so there is one square you could walk around that lake. You have to go all the way to the north just to keep going here. Patrick's going to show us a spell that I didn't see. Looks like, okay, so according to his tracker, this is Thunder Spell. So one of our 3 required spells. Barba slithers with a magic jar. Nobody cares.
And Dr. J, first person to actually get some of his farming complete. Fire is already down to 48 with Magic 2. That's nice.
And it's Fire Fairy.
Oh, baby.
A Castle Fire Magic 2. Yeah, I was saying, if Dr. J wants, this palace is in logic now, having picked up Fairy. But he's going to decline.
I wouldn't do a P4 with like that low amount of magic, but...
Oh, it's P4, yeah, never mind. Also not in logic on account of not having reflect, but yeah.
This is the time where you might skip a bunch of life levels. You might even skip some attack levels. Get yourself up to like Magic 4 so that you can fairy everywhere.
Yeah, Fire has a big jump downward at Magic 3, another at Magic 5, and I think another at Magic 6 on Vanilla Curve. So Magic level is going to be real good, because if you can get that fairy down to almost nothing, you could just take every single hard room in the game and be like, I don't feel like doing this.
Wait, Patrick is in Medicaid.
Yeah, Malchior is going to be playing a game with us today, is identify that dark cave.
Yeah,
until our runners pick up a candle.
Yeah, when I played in the Upstarts tournament, we didn't have dark rooms on. So my mini game for the night is how many dark rooms can I successfully identify?
Yeah, and this medicine cave, very
nasty.
unpleasant. Patrick wishing he had the fairy fire here to just sort of get him over this room. Yeah, he's just gonna back out and come back later with a couple more levels.
If he goes and kills just one of them Dyras that he's seen, he can get Magic 2 and Fairy over. This is Pillars. I can't remember what to call it. Pillars.
Yeah, Pillar P-Bag Cave. Yeah. This is gonna be good for Patrick because at the very least it'll be good experience. Yeah, there's a bouncy cat hanging out in this cave. And bouncy cats in the dark are absolutely miserable.
As are gorillas. Oh, we got a town hiding up in the north. I don't have my tracker open. I don't know the names of stuff anymore. Town 1.
Okay, yeah, and Patrick, upon getting Magic 2, immediately does a fire check, sees its fairy is like the later room.
All I saw was Barbara Slithers and maybe 2 words, so I'm gonna guess Barbara Slithers with a magic jar.
That's correct. And we also got a kid in the Pillar P-Bag Cave. Patrick not interested in walking out, just gonna okay.
It's going fast.
Yeah, I mean, we've already got 2 of our 3 required spells. We just gotta find Reflect somewhere, and then we're looking for a glove and some amount of items gonna allow them to progress the overworld. Who knows what's gonna be required.
And yeah, remarks in chat, like, everything in this game hurts, especially at the beginning.
Yeah, and especially at Life 2.
Alright, so there we go. Patrick with the extra magic is gonna be able to ferry over Medicave. Gonna be the first one to learn what's in the back of Medicave. But he will have one enemy over here that he'll have to deal with.
Yeah, Para continued onward and gonna get a raft from the grass tiles, so that's...
Wait, second enemy. That's right, 2 enemies at the back. One by the pit, one in the front.
Yeah.
Good work on the Dyra, falling crouch stab will solve everything for you except axes in the face.
Yeah, unfortunately, attack 1 kind of butts.
Alright, gonna go ahead and ferry over. It says, too much time, too much effort. Just give me my freebies.
Yeah, we've got random attack effectiveness on. With random attack effectiveness on, attack 1 is 2 damage like 70 or 80% of the time. It is occasionally rolled up to 3.
Yeah, and a magic jar in the back of that Medicave. Honestly, that is the absolute best thing you want to find right now. More magic, more fairy.
Yeah, I still don't think that gives our runners 2 casts per level, but it's
not yet, but it will eventually. Yeah.
Go east to find a flute. Para gets a hint on. That's not something.
Oh, Parasite. This is HC because it's got an enemy at the front.
Yeah, Paratroopa Cave and Heart Container Cave gonna look identical except for Paratroopa Cave has 1 enemy and there are 4 in the middle. Here, yeah.
Paratroopa only has the enemy in the middle. Raft. This is good because everything we've been seeing on this opening of the Western Continent has been all linear.
Yeah, just one linear path so far. Yeah, Para also making good use of that Fire Fairy to just disregard Dyras. Okay.
And there's a hammer in the back of a HC cave.
Hammer is a little bit suspect because it's going to start pointing us towards a potential Death Mountain, which I'm sure no one wants to do.
I would not be surprised if that opening raft connects to Death Mountain. It does not go to East, it does not go to MI, raft to DM, to go through DM to find your bridge to get to East. Something stupid like that.
That sounds terrible. I love
it. Too bad it can't be vanilla-like DM with randomized caves.
Oh, Vanilla Shuffle DM is not fun. I'm glad not a possibility here in this tournament.
Alright, so Para's gonna ferry over Medicave. Gotta deal with the Moblin up front and the Dyra in the back. Attack 1 is gonna take a lot of hits, but we're going for it. Falling crouch stabs. Now, Life 3, she can take a couple hits. And she has a good rhythm. Come on, please die. Oh, there's 2 of them!
Yeah.
Oh, she's gonna get them both. That's a lot of XP.
Unfortunately, yes, 70 apiece is actually a bit of a roll down, and Para decided not enough experience to bother keeping, just going to take the up A, recharge her resources.
Yeah, you will see a lot of up A's that runners use in the back of these caves and such to get back to their what's that first? What's the starting palace called? I'll just call it Start.
It's North Palace, officially the name.
So they'll get back there and kind of let them reset their progress and move around quickly. But in doing so, they forfeit all XP that they had counting towards their next level. So there's risk reward there.
Yeah, so Patrick managed to get through that linear path to an opening here. Finds a nice palace to up at to reset and a raft.
Okay, because it transitions over, this is Trophy Cave.
It's indeed Trophy Cave, and Patrick gonna without a candle gonna take it a little bit safe here. Make sure
There'll be one enemy on that ledge. It already fell in, and there's one enemy in the back. Something that jumped over him or something. So there we go, 6 magic containers now for Patrick. Also, he had the raft tile right next to him, and a Patrick. He is a Patrick. There's a palace 3 or 6 indicated by that column type.
Meanwhile, Para has found her.
DM, come on, DM, let's see it.
Yeah, Para has found. Okay, Maze Island, but here's a bridge. Is this gonna DM? There's DM.
Oh, you have to DM to get to East. Ew.
And Patrick.
Oh, that might be it.
Okay.
There it is.
Okay, you have to DM to go to East, but it's the freest free DM ever.
And with the early ferry, Para in that I forget the name of the white town can get a free down stab.
It's Mito, and yeah, definitely gonna get down stab. Gonna get the hint. I didn't catch what the spell was here. Meanwhile, Patrick getting the flute from Granny as prophesied by that hint. Go east to find the medicine. Cool, thanks, bye.
And we got a volcanic east because we've seen the early lava everywhere.
Yeah, and Patrick taking a look around, looking to see if he can find an easy spec rock, but I think he wants to go back west and look for some other stuff. I suspect downstab is on Patrick's mind.
Yeah, for sure. Like, already having Fairy, knowing Mito on the west, just spend your time exploring it a bit. Downstab makes everything so much safer.
Yeah, downstab has the benefit of and shield.
Shield. Okay. Oh, baby, that also makes the east safer.
Yeah, if they can get it, they're gonna need to find the medicine somewhere in the east to get the shield to make the east safe.
Yeah, let's see the hints.
But yeah, downstab is great for newer runners because it's really overpowered and it makes the game easier. It's great for experienced runners because it's really overpowered and it makes the game faster.
Yeah, Pogo, baby. Oh, we got Bagu's Woods found on Parasite.
Yeah, not that
useful at the very beginning.
Para gonna pick it up.
Stark reminders of my race that I lost by not finding the Bagu's Woods within 20 tiles of North Palace.
Yeah, if you're ever looking for Bagu's Woods, you can talk to the Riverman if you don't have Bagu's note, and he will tell you a hint on this flag set that will tell you what direction Bagu's Woods is in, generally on the map, like in the northwest or in the east, and it'll tell you sort of what quadrant. So Kirok disappears.
I always just kept seeing north of river.
Yeah.
The vanilla hint. Okay, MC Cave on Patrick's side. Magic container.
Yeah, and it looks like not too bad of enemies here.
I'm like 4 for 4 tonight. Let's go. Then we'll get to the east and I will know nothing. It'll be like, that's a container. Oh, that's a glove.
There's a glove. Free seed.
Yep, free seed. Glove within 12 minutes. Oh my gosh, keys in the drop pool and he got it.
Yeah,
so
keys in the drop pool. Nice.
Hammer.
He does. Fire Fairy is 48 at his current magic, so he does actually have exactly 2 casts of Fairy right now if he wants to go do a palace.
And we got Ruto, which has jump. He's thinking about it, says, I already got Fairy. Jump can help me save some MP, specifically in Great Palace, but otherwise don't need it if I got Fairy.
Yeah, Dr. J, the first one to commit to digging into these palaces. I didn't catch which one this is. I'm sure chat was paying more attention than me. Could tell me.
If this is the one near Mito, this is a 3-6.
Okay. So
Oh, we got this is Caldera, and this is Paratroopa to get to the Caldera. So Caldera West, Volcanic East.
Interesting that this is a
Joy.
caldera, because so much of the West was in this first part.
Yeah, so they were traveling around the north, and then like worked around the outside. It looks like you can only get access to the Caldera from the south side of this western continent. Oh, it's not thing. It's Fairy Cave. Da-da-da. So I missed one. I'm 4 for 5.
Yeah, the east side of Fairy Cave looks exactly like Paratroopa Cave.
Oh, Para's doing drops in Maze Island. I didn't even see what they discovered. But 2-5
Heart
here on
Container
Patrick.
was the first
Heart
drop for
Container,
Para.
nice. 2-5 here on Patrick's side. Not interested in seeing what's at the top of the Caldera. I guess just by process of elimination, that's Paratroopa.
Yeah, there's gotta be another palace somewhere.
I'm surprised he didn't go check the top cave of the Caldera.
Well, I mean, he knows where it goes.
And he's got HC, MC, pillars. I think he has all the item caves on the west so far. HC,
Yeah,
MC,
so
pillars.
the only thing he'd be able to
Trophy.
get from the other side of the caldera is knowledge about whether that's GP or not, which is useful knowledge, but not critically important. Patrick decides he'd rather just head into this 3-6 himself and find out. I do understand him not wanting to do P5 while he was there. P5 on attack 1 is a very bad idea.
Yep. Well, chat seems to identify this palace Patrick is in as a 6. Not a palace you want to do early, and while possible, you don't want to fight Barba on attack 1.
Yeah, well, it's the thing is like P5, you know, going in, hey, this is P5, I don't want to do it. P3-6 is oh no, he gets to know. I was gonna say.
Oh, there's 6. There's the bars. Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say P6. You know, you don't know when you're going into it that it's P6. Patrick very quickly gets told based on those windows and has decided to abandon ship.
Yeah, when you see the jail bars, you know you don't want to be here.
It's like, yeah, I'm gonna be
get the early XP and bail, knowing that this is a large. Oh, 500.
500 to get him attack. Yeah,
get the attack.
Forget these early attack levels, acquired damage.
Farm it a bit.
Yeah, I don't blame him. It's good experience.
If you get 100 at the base, 500 on the P bag.
He can get a magic level here, so magic 3 could be good, cheaper fairy. 40 cheaper, still not 3 casts.
Yep, but 2 casts is enough to say this is good enough for me, and Patrick's out. Let's take a look at our other runners. Methinkso in Ruto might be going to get the hint where we can get the trophy to learn the jump spell.
Yeah, Para's still in this Maze Island, having a bit of a time finding the second item.
Typical Maze Island. Oh, we got P-Bag off Bago. 2 hundo, not bad for small enemies.
The good news for Para is all this time she's spending digging for items in Maze Island has yielded some pretty good experience, yeah. All these red Lizalfos are
I did not even get the
valuable.
hint on Methinks. I did not see the hint on Methinkso side. I don't know where the trophy is.
I think the trophy was in It was in a palace. I think P4.
Oh my gosh, 50 for the Lizalfo. That sucks. That sucks.
Ooh, Thunderspell killing a scorpion for a 500 bag.
That's
P3
beautiful.
on her side as well.
Where'd she even get Thunder? Was it like...
Thunder was in Rauru right at the start.
Oh shoot. Okay.
Yeah, all 4 of our runners picked it up.
Oh, I would... Here's what I'd be doing if I can find the screen. Thundering all these Lizalfos.
Dr. J in P5. Very brave.
Oh my lord. I think I've done a P5 as my first dungeon only one time.
Oh, hey, look! It's extremely free, though!
If you can survive!
Yeah, I mean, just don't get hit, right?
He
Even
has
if you
shield.
game over, it doesn't cost you that much.
He has shield, but And with this low life, Gooma hits like a truck.
Now, he wasn't able to pick up shield. He was in the town, but did not have the medicine at the time. None of our runners have picked up that medicine yet. So yeah, Gooma gonna be 2 hits to kill our runners, but he did roll low on health.
I was about to say the same thing. This health is extremely low for Gooma.
So attack 3, not the
we'll
worst.
Still be here 3 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't cost you that much to game over, but also, you know, you're still going to be asking, how long do you want to do it? Patrick getting to the palace in Maze Island, it's a 3 or 6. It's definitely 3, because we know where 6 is, so...
See, I'm coming at this from a Zelda 1 perspective. It's not about cost of death, it's about time differential. Anyone who comes in here with an attack 4, 5, possibly even 6... is going to do this Gooma in 30 seconds, where you're going to take 3 minutes or more.
Well, the advantage of if you can beat this Gooma is this P5 is in an out of the way place. So if you can do it now, you won't have to come back. It's in the caldera.
Oh,
so,
okay.
So while, yes, it's going to take much longer to kill Gooma here, the time save in the overworld from not having to come back is probably worth it if you can get him down pretty quickly and not game over.
And he's going for it one more time. Let's take a look. Patrick's somewhere else, and I think he was near East Continent.
Yeah, it's okay. Dr. J definitely not going to beat my record for most deaths to Gooma in a tournament race, so...
We need to watch methinkso side. He's in Hammer Cave.
Oh, baby.
So let's watch methinkso side. Let's learn what item...
Must not have been that deep into DM.
Yeah. We gotta get past the Dyra. Pain in the butt, do some pogo. We got 1 life left.
Methinkso. You got enough for Thunder Spell. Don't die on full magic. That's...
Yeah, please, Thunder. He wants the XP, he wants the Dyra dead. Please, Thunder. Yep. We want to learn what's in the back of Hammer. It's just hard container.
Hard, useful, but...
Oh, a life. Meanwhile, Para's still doing the Lizalfos farming.
Yeah, she still hasn't found the second item here. She is going to be able to line up all 3 of these enemies for a nice Thunder if she wants, though. Oh, Thunder. Okay, not gonna Thunder. Oh, that's why the Thunder didn't kill any of the Lizalfos. Oof.
Alright, watch. Let's watch. Dr. J back on.
The second item was right by the palace.
Oh, gracious. And it was all the way in the far corner. Nerd, please don't be game over. Okay, one more.
See, if that was Para's last life, I suspect she would have gone to the palace and up 8 before digging through here. Okay, across.
Ugh.
Dr. J getting close on his Gooma fight. Oh, and I cursed him.
Like I said, I've had to do this once. I've had to kill a Gooma on attack. I don't know if it was 2 or 3, but it was my very first palace, and it had a required item in it. I had to do this once. The Gooma took like 5-something minutes. I wanted to like die after I finished the fight.
Yeah, again, thankfully, Gooma cost almost no time, even on a game over, and decent chance this is going to give him a double level. 650 is for the next level.
I don't.
Maybe not.
I don't think Gooma will drop like 500. I don't think he'll get the double.
Yeah, there is a blue Iron Knuckle right up the elevator he can try to Thunder down if he
on his last life if he loses.
Well, I mean, you can once you pick up the item the boss drops, the boss is locked in, counted as dead, even if.
Oh, we got Rebo. Stab.
Patrick messing up the corner just a bit, but gonna get
a Dr. J.
A nice little push to reset back into the corner. No problem. Down stab OP, GG.
We don't use cheese strats here.
Yes, we do. You've seen Dark Lake? We absolutely cheese every boss in this game. Oh, and Patrick, not quite getting enough, gonna go back and
he wants the level for sure. He's like, let me find something to stab.
Yeah, because this double level almost certainly gonna be
Thunder.
Like attack 4, magic 5 or something.
Shoot a wizard. Well, we're short of Thunder. This is a dead end room. He just wants something to kill.
Yeah, he's looking for something to kill, and I was gonna say potentially there could
kill
be
yourself. Go back, Thunder the wizard.
Yeah, there could be a small item at the end of that room, and also a 50/50 statue could have a red IK, but got enough for the level.
Gonna
It's attack
go.
4.
Gonna
Easy
claim
peasy.
the first crystal, and that will get him Magic 5, which that's cheap. 1310. That's cheap for Magic 5.
Yeah. So Para also in 3 here on this Maze Island. Dr. J has decided to go elsewhere in 5, gonna go look for the item and maybe some more experience to help him out with the boss.
This
You
is
think so in Mystery Palace?
this is a bit of a Hail Mary play for Dr. J. I mean, it was already kind of Hail Mary to fight Guma.
This is
But, like-
in line with Dr. J's style. Dr. J likes to be thorough. He does a lot of fighting, he gets a lot of experience, he does a lot of exploring. And sometimes
all you had to tell me was he's Mr. Full Clear, and now I'm rooting for him.
it definitely has been advantageous. I've seen races before where, you know, Dr. J's opponent tries to cut some corners and then Dr. J's coming into GP, you know, at 7-7-8 or something like that and gains a ton of time on superior levels. But it can also cost him if it turns out that this item in P5 is not useful.
Alright, well, it looks like P is at 2 on Thinkso side. Look at the windows. Lattice windows.
I think that's the crosshatches P2, yeah.
Okay, so just a P bag in P2. And Para's fighting Rebo. Didn't get the early down stab. Going for it again. There we go. Set up. Pogo.
This is definitely the time of the race where you want to see, like, you're not that sad to see a P bag in a palace.
Old 700 for Rebo. Double level happening here for Para.
Oh man, the boss reward's a 50-point bag.
Yeah, that's not that good. But you can. Okay, we got something on J side. Item. 200 points in 5. That's it.
That's a life level if he wants to go back and up A into the boss, or he can, like, maybe a thunder might be enough to get
He's
some good
probably
experience
gonna
here.
look at thundering these guys. Does he remember he has thunder? Or did he ever pick it up?
Maybe not. To say this could be a solid chunk of experience if he can kill him with a thunder, but it's one of those things, you know, it's easy to slip your mind. You get thunder and you think, oh, thunder is, you know, I need that to beat Thunderbird. I need to beat the game, but like, especially if you get a magic key or a cheaper fairy, Thunderspell just to fight stuff is pretty reasonable. The thing I think is the best about Thunderspell, I got to use this in my race earlier today, is Thunderspell clears projectiles from the screen. So if you're ever in a room with a bunch of trolly enemies trying to knock you into the lava, you can thunder and just be like, no, I do not want this, go away.
Candle in P3 on Maze Island.
You think so? Doing a pretty cautious helmet head in P2?
Patrick also in P2, gonna find that P bag, unable to pick it up in Fairy State. Careful, stabby, stabby, stabby.
I say cautious, and methinkso changes up the strategy immediately.
One tap. Oh.
Yeah, he's a little trickier to hit from the right. Not as bad as Horsehead. If anyone's ever tried to hit Horsehead from the right, you'll find out that his hitbox is awful. It's very difficult to hit him from the right.
Today I learned. I normally do what Thinkso's doing, or I pogo over, pogo back, pogo over, pogo back.
Yeah, Helmet Head's hitbox is skewed a little bit left. Horsehead's hitbox is
200. Helmet Head will give a double level.
Nice, nice. Ooh, and a very, very good bag grab for methinkso. Gotta save those fractions in a second.
Fairy. Needed the magic for fairy since we don't have keys dropping.
Oh yeah, that level very valuable then. And another magic level here. I'm curious on Patrick's side how cheap Fire Fairy is now at Magic 5. Probably knocked down a lot.
Okay, alright, let's watch Dr. J. We're back. All we gained was Life 5. We still only have Attack 3.
Life 5 at 4 bars, probably not going to be enough to let him survive a third hit, but maybe.
I don't think so.
Oh, definitely not. That looks exactly the same as Life 4.
I'm sad he wasn't able to pick up Shield or something.
Yeah, for people who don't know the finer points of the way life randomization works, there are a bunch of different categories of damage, and every time you gain a life level, it re-rolls how much damage each of those different damage types deals to you. And so a life level, it's possible that it has a lot of effectiveness against certain enemies and not so much effectiveness against other enemies. Here against Guma, it looks like the life level didn't do very much at all.
All right, well let's talk about methinkso for a bit, because he's scouring the eastern continent and has found both life and then reflect at Kasuto.
I mean, a very, very nice set of collections. Methinkso doing the strategy more closely aligned with the kind of thing I like to do, which is if you can, do all the old world stuff, get all the stuff.
Do all the things.
Then go do palaces.
Level while you're getting all the things, and then just knock out the palaces, boom, 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 with improved stats.
Yeah, well, the tricky thing in Z2R is that often the place where all the experience is the palaces.
Yep.
There's also the place where you die. Alright, so Patrick with Reflect now as well. He's got Reflect, he's got Glove. I think that's almost certainly just go mode for him.
Absolutely. I mean, he was already approaching go mode earlier with the immediate hammer into Raft into Glove.
Yeah, I mean, we know how to get to all the continents, all the palaces.
We already got Thunder, we already got Fairy. I think Reflect is for free in Kasuto. So, yeah, Patrick's about to just off to the races.
Yeah, he is checking a couple more of these games.
Here's the thing, with 4, 5, 6 and already able to cast Thunder, with someone with his skill and expertise, this is already GP level stats, and he'll get more levels just from killing bosses.
Yeah. Dr. J is still going on Guma. I appreciate.
I think he's got it this time. He's slowing down.
I appreciate his commitment to this. As I mentioned briefly earlier, I believe I do have the record for most deaths to Guma in a tournament race at 9. Dr. J not going to beat that this time.
All right. We'll look for that record next time. Dr. J is going to finish up level 5, claim his well-deserved, hopefully, attack level. Yep.
It sucks. It sucks to struggle with attack. Oh, that's why.
Oh my, water block up there.
Yeah, Patrick was unable to get to
that. Is there a palace up there?
There is almost certainly a palace up there because we've only seen 2 palaces here on the west, and everything else is linear.
So Patrick is not go mode, and now this further explains why some people have been choosing to dig.
Okay, now Patrick is go mode.
Never mind. I manifested that.
He had seen that earlier and we hadn't.
Immediately up A on the boots acquisition, Patrick is just going to go do all the palaces in the west, all palaces in the east.
Oh, interesting. You actually don't need the boots.
Oh, that's so funny. It just
leads you back to start. Okay, yeah, so this P4, so this, you didn't actually need those boots to get here at all.
That is so funny.
Unless I'm wrong and there wasn't a ground path here, but...
No, this is near the beginning. You don't need the boots at all.
Yeah, I was pretty sure. I mean, the boots are also a time saver.
Shortcut. This is a shortcut to P5. That's all it is.
Yeah, well, he's got Reflect Spell, so he's got those boots. Time for go mode. Time to start. It's time to start racing.
I just want to see hard Karok. We get to see new fancy Karok. I like that change you did. That made Karok fun.
Just to clarify, not my change. Shoutouts to J-Roboy for doing the programming on Hard Karok.
Sounds good. Thank you, J-Ro.
I just added the option into the menu.
oh gosh, Patrick just barely half-tiled that jump. Oh boy, Rawhead's causing problems.
Oh,
there it is! There it is!
That's why you don't try to downstab in those rooms. And he knew, like, that he had Fairy.
Oh, he knew for sure.
And just didn't hit it in time, didn't have it ready. And because especially if you're on that lower path there, your reaction time must be so fast to catch yourself with Fairy there. Better just to cast Fairy first, especially since, as expected at Magic 5, it is a massive drop-off in cost.
Yo, Magic 5, life only costs 15. It's in New Kasuto. So we can be very healthy going into GP. 15 is pretty cheapo.
So methinkso back on the maze. Dr. J in is this P3? I think
so.
I think this is 3.
Oh, he got the kill. Nice.
Patrick finding a glove box. This is our first glove box here.
Item on Patrick? No, not the item.
Yeah.
Anytime I see that notch in the left, I'm like, oh, if it opens up into like a box room, it's the item room.
Yeah, some similar looking rooms just at the start here. Oh man, yeah, Para doing a good job of trying to thunder down these enemies, but they rolled up on health and thunder just doesn't kill them.
That's the item room. There's the statue to prove it. He already fairies, he knows. This is P4, what are we gonna find?
We had a hint for this. This is a trophy, or yeah.
Alrighty.
Yeah, not great. I think Patrick probably just forgot. I don't think he's gonna go back and spend that trophy just to get jump.
And good thing we got the magic level so high, we can cast a lot of these fairy spells.
Yeah, and this is the power of linked fire. If you get something good with it, it just brings the cost down so much.
But he doesn't even care about that small jar back there. He's like, if I have enough to reflect, I'm golden. Oh, no, well, hold on. Hold the door. Yeah, and Fire Fairy not only being, like, readily available early, late game, cheap as dirt. Cheap as dirt. You can cast it so many dang times.
And I suspect we're going to continue to see throughout the race all of our runners, as they hit Magic 5, making a lot of use of Cheap Fairy, because why fight when you could just disregard an entire room?
When your levels are 4, 5, 6, it's 35 minutes in, and you still got 3 to 4 bosses to kill, you're go mode.
Yeah.
Like, on everything. On items and stats.
Yeah, Patrick is going to be perfectly comfortable doing GP on likely levels going to be like 5, 6, 7. And yeah he's going to have no problem with those levels.
Here comes Hard Carrot. He can't take a hit, but he'll get another straight over. Ballsy.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, rip.
Yeah,
Second burst, same as the first.
Yeah, this time with a full complement of life. There's a couple of different strats you can use for Hard Carrot. This strategy where you go all the way up against the wall is the slightly safer strategy for Patrick. As you move closer to him, you somewhat increase your likelihood of being able to hit him, but it also makes it harder to dodge because you have less time.
Oh, golly, he did a jump to get over one of them beams that wasn't lining up. So yeah. I like starting like the way Patrick does. Then as it gets to the final couple hits, I'll move into the pillar and just like shotgun him down.
One nice thing about Hard Carrot is that Hard Carrot, unlike regular Carrot, cannot teleport on top of you. It will always teleport at least a certain distance away from you on the other side of the room. So a little bit harder, but also just a little bit more fair, a little bit more skill-based. No more Carrot killing you by teleporting directly on top of you 3 times.
And we appreciate that. Thank you, J-Ro. Panic basket everywhere. No, that's fine. We're still here. We'll keep it rolling.
Yep, just had a quick reload there. Everything seems to be going fine after that.
Yep. So Patrick's taking out 4 and I think 3 on West Continent. He's got to go to Caldera for 5, which he's doing now. Ferry over.
With these boots, he's going to save a decent amount of time being able to come in from the other side close to start rather than doing the whole loop around the map.
And he's going to feel so good if he just goes down, and sees Goomba. He's like, oh, baby. The last thing I want to do is dig out a 5. Because outside of Great Palace, 5 is the largest dungeon. In terms of room size.
We're going to see Patrick very aggressive here, knowing it's right at the start, knowing he's got attack 5, life 6.
Not even casting shield, just going in.
Yeah, whatever. Just Just hit him.
And this is the way you want to be able to fight Goomba. It's just because you can do something on low HP, generally it takes longer, and boom, like that's probably the lowest HP Goomba I've ever seen, to be honest.
Yeah, he did roll pretty low. And attack 5, notably better than attack 3. Patrick
Attack
makes
5
it through no problem.
chunks.
Yeah, and he is holding out, getting his levels. I don't think we're going to see Patrick burn any gems here. Maybe we'll see him burn here at the end, but these extra magic and life levels are actually pretty useful. Magic levels, especially when you have a really good fire link like Patrick does. Like the amount of time it takes you to get the extra level may save you quite a bit. Even if it gives you like one extra cast of fairy, can save you quite a bit of time when you're actually in GP, just disregarding any of the nasty rooms that are there. Even if, I'm sure Patrick can clear all the rooms, but much easier to just not.
For reals. Stepping into Rudo, so he is going to go get jump. That's for essentially GP safety.
Yeah, it's going to be because he didn't get upstab when he was in
that way
Darunia.
he glitched the one upstab room. Nice.
Yeah, if you want to do upstab skip, you need the jump spell. So he's going to go get that instead because it's closer. That makes sense.
I tried that. Actually, I tried it without jump. The one room in GP that if you don't have upstab, you're screwed. Unless you can, like, really hardcore glitch it. I tried that for about 20 minutes.
Yeah,
that crap is hard.
There's a couple different versions of the regular upstab required room that you can glitch through. There is one version of the room, however, that you cannot get through without upstab no matter what. It's been restructured in a way to prevent bypassing upstab. And so it is a little bit spooky to be going into GP without upstab. Still, there is still some danger, but getting like jump mitigates some of the danger.
Is that like the room with like just the solid double lines going up?
It has an S shape.
The zigzag. Okay.
Yeah. And that prevents you from doing the normal thing you do to skip upstab. That is the only room in the pool you absolutely cannot do without upstab, even if you know glitches.
Got it. I think I have seen some people like TA get stuck on that before, and me beating him through sheer rotten luck.
Yeah, it is definitely a real room. There's a couple rooms in GP that can potentially cost you if you don't have the right items. The other one of note that we may or may not see later is the key required room. No any key sighting from any of our runners, so
probably won't matter as much tonight since we do have Fire Fairy.
Well, there's one room in the GP pool that has a glove block and then a key and then another glove block, and you cannot clear it without having an actual key or any key.
Y'all are mean.
It wasn't my design, but
what are y'all doing designing all these new custom rules that require multiple blocks and people can't use speed strats and blah, blah,
I mean,
blah.
just wait until the rooms with hard jump requirements come into the room pool.
I've seen the rooms coming in the room jam. Y'all are a new level of sadistic.
Yeah. It is worth noting that the key required room can only appear if the Blockers Anywhere flag is on, as there is no key requirement in vanilla GP. So, but Blockers Anywhere is on for this tournament. So
here in Zelda 2 Randomizer, they make their own hell, and they enjoy it.
I mean, the rando tries.
No, y'all make it. Y'all go make these custom rooms, and it submits to Elendar in this panel, and everyone's like, oh yeah, this looks like it'll make my life a nightmare. Let's put it in.
There's some fun ones that people have submitted that aren't that hard.
Oh, it is fun. I can say it is fun. There is a sense of accomplishment when you get past a really pain in the butt room in this game.
Yep. So just overall, methinkso. He's got 3 gems placed. He's got 2, 3, and 5. Para as well. I don't know how many palaces Para's got completed. She hasn't been doing a great tracking.
We'll compare our 2 sets of runners. So the runners on the left, Patrick and methinkso, are facing off. Patrick's at 4 crystals. methinkso is at 3. Meanwhile, between Dr. J and Para, Dr. J and Para are each at 1 crystal apiece.
Yeah, they both have 1 marked. I don't remember. Para may have more crystals than that, just to not have marked. We'll see if we can check her menu when we get a pause. Patrick's found
I'm checking our tracker, not their tracker.
Pass-through mini-boss.
Our people.
The 4-way screen is a little much. Okay,
oh,
so
no,
just 1 gem apiece
I
for
agree.
those.
I only turned it on so I could give that report. Oh, here we go, Dr. J. What's he gonna get from Barba? 1,000. Another fancy double level coming.
And this is what I talked about with Dr. J. He's gonna get a double level here. He's gonna be, even though he's only got 2 palaces cleared, he is gonna be the highest level runner in this race so far. And when you get into GP, those levels help. They are very valuable.
Abso-freaking-lutely. You're telling me, son, the spell I cast the most in Great Palace is not Fairy. It's Life. Over and over again. And Shield.
Oh man, and it's attack 6? That's unusual.
Ooh.
So 6, 6,
attack
6.
6 is cheating. Ask Mirai.
Yeah, attack 6. So one thing to note about attack levels and the way attack shuffle works is the each level of attack is
chunking this Barba.
Yeah, each level of attack is based on what the vanilla value is. You know, plus or minus a range. But when you're looking at the vanilla leveling curve, some attack levels give you a 50% damage increase, and some attack levels give you a 33% damage increase. And so the level ups of attack that are good in vanilla are also the good levels, so to speak, in the randomizer. And so attack 6 is one of the bad levels that is less likely to give you additional damage, whereas 5 and 7 are both good levels.
Really? I've always heard attack 6 was cheating. So in my mind, I thought attack 6 like gave you quadruple damage or something, because I've seen it. It's like, oh, I can single hit Seabird now.
It can still give you more damage, right? Because again, each level has, so we have attack shuffle on, so each level has a range of what it can be, but attack 6 is less likely to give you a big damage increase versus like an attack 5 that tends to be quite noticeable.
Also, holy heck, I'm scared. We're 46.5 in. Patrick is at 667. Jeez.
Yeah, and no signs of stopping here. He's just looking for that entrance into the Valley of Death.
And he's still getting, like, freebie XPs. He may not even up an A when he gets into his next palace for, like, a magic refill. He might just say, I'll take this plus 1,000 and see if I can double level throughout this palace.
Mock Police in chat asking, when can we find the kid in the fountain? 4.4. Please look forward to it.
Please don't drown children. Oh, Patrick has found, stairs? Oh yeah, this is, stairs up.
This is, sunken, no, this is...
Sunken Risen.
Uh-oh,
okay. What's behind Flute?
Rock.
What is this location? Also, we have it. Oh, it's nothing. Got it.
Yeah, 3-eyed rock shuffle is on, and okay. Patrick was looking for a way into the Valley of Death, and finds 3-eyed rock instead, and with 3-eyed rock shuffle on, it's usually nothing. It could have been something. It has a chance to be something good. It could be any of the different tiles on the map.
Any of the overworld tiles, which there are a lot. So
low chances. It's just most of them are not things that contain items.
really painful when it does occur. Another 500!
I mean, at this point, 500 is not likely to give you a level.
No, but through only finding 500-point P-bags in the overworld while searching for his palace entrance, he's got half a level. None of those are from enemies. That's all from just large P-bags.
Yeah, but he still needs another 2,000. I don't know how likely he's going to be able to get that from the enemies. Meanwhile, Para also getting out of P4. Dr. J continues his dig. He's gonna end up in the same sort of situation Para did here in the maze, where he got that first item quick, and then it's gonna take a full clear of the maze to find that second item. I have figured something out, Elendar. I have figured something out.
What's up? This volcanic east is segmented. I'm pretty certain we have to find the other connector in Death Mountain.
It's possible.
If we can't go up into the ocean and go around with the boots, it's not only possible, it's what's happening.
Yeah,
and I think Patrick's figuring that out
somewhere.
too, because he's going to go back to Death Mountain in a bit.
Yeah, I mean, that's always a fun one. The randomizer does not make any guarantees whatsoever about how everything is going to be connected as far as segmented versus not segmented versus have to go around and do stupid things. And the last connector is a cave, and man, having to search for a specific cave in Death Mountain sucks.
Yep, so everyone enjoy seeing every single cave in DM, because that's what we're about to do.
Yeah, so if you're ever in this situation, right, one of the things what you're going to see Patrick do is, with his flag sets, you're always going to see caves paired up, right? If you go east into a cave, it's going to lead you to another cave that is east, and it's going to be within 3 tiles in the opposite direction. Right? It'll be up to 10 tiles along and 3 tiles in the obverse direction. And so if you're looking for a hammer cave or a connector cave, what you're looking for is a cave that doesn't have a pair, right? You can see that cave Patrick just went into. Those are paired up. But here, we've got 3 caves going left, and I don't think there's 3 equivalent caves going the other way. So these are going to be
there was, because
suspect.
one of them links up on the far end to like a dead end. Yeah,
okay. And so you can. Oh, there's just 2 that go into that little dead end.
I want to go to the far corner. I want to go up and go to the far corner and find a cave that pushes against the far wall. That's the one that I think is going to go over there.
Yeah, you're looking for a cave that either doesn't have a pair or a cave that leads, off into the void, and that's gonna be your connector. And Patrick's just gonna be a little thorough here, make sure he checks everything. I don't blame him.
So what kind of DM is it when it? Because there's nothing but ocean to our right.
Yeah, this is a vanilla-like.
Vanilla-like when it's all squished together and kind of in a single quadrant.
Yeah, that big ocean over there in the vanilla map. Maze Island and Death Mountain are on the same map, so that whole big ocean off to the east is where Maze Island used to be.
That makes sense from memory. Got it.
Yeah, but because of some code in the randomizer, they are fully on separate maps here.
So Patrick has to take a series of these caves that will go north, so that he can then go west. Because I'm certain we're going to see this connector somewhere in that northwest corner.
Yeah, it's a bit of a mess up here. Okay, now he can go west here. You were right that he needed to go north to go west, and now he's gonna start going west.
It's almost like I've had to do this exact same thing.
I mean, being able to navigate DM is absolutely a skill.
For sure.
Because unlike the randomly connected DMs of old, there is a logic to them, and you can use that logic for your own purposes.
What did y'all do with the random cave shuffle Garbo?
I mean,
you had to track something, drawing a whole bunch of arrows and lines and garbage.
I mean, there have definitely been runners who got lost in DM and started taking screenshots and putting them together and making a map. Oh man, I think this is it. I think Patrick needs to go south here, and then there's a cave just to the south here that points east. And I think
saw an
that's
east,
the one.
but I think that connected to something. This may not quite be.
Well, I think this is the right way to go. There's 2 easts. Okay.
Okay, one of those might be good. There it is. That's it.
That south one. That's it. Okay.
Bingo.
Wow. What a stretch through that DM. Patrick pretty expertly clearing it. And man, the rest of our runners are gonna have to figure that out as well. This is a 100% hard required massive trip through DM.
And I kind of figured that's what it was gonna do. It likes circling on itself so that it can just make you go down or up again.
Okay, so Patrick does have the kid. He's gonna get. It looks like he's at least gonna get upstab. I don't know.
Forget the name of the town. I just know it's Upstab Town.
This is Darunia.
Darunia. You think I'd remember all these OOT stuff, but nope.
Yeah, all of the sages in OOT named after the towns in Zelda 2.
So upstab required. I didn't see what spells here, Darunia. What's missing? We think it's probably just a spell.
It is the spell.
Don't need that.
We're not gonna see him pick it up. Just here to get upstab.
I want to call attention to the thing Mal said previously. It's like, oh no, there's a chance he could still get a double level coming out of 1. Depending how many iron knuckles he might be able to kill.
Dr. J gonna get an item we haven't seen yet. It's the candle.
Oh, we have seen that. This is people.
We have seen the candle. Oh, okay. It's the joy of doing a 4-way tracking. Oh yeah, the Para has it marked off as well from P3. And yeah,
kill from me, so.
Para has 100%ed the overworld, everything except for Spell Tower.
GP was on this side too, that's so funny. So now we have to go to VOD for level 1.
Yeah, I mean, at least, if GP was on, like, the other end of the east, and you had to go all the way around again, that would be really trolly, but thankfully...
Yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say, Patrick with a very cheap Fire Fairy can have no problem fairy feeding both into and out of this Valley of Death.
I was so happy when I saw Fairy Feet was the only significant glitch y'all had. I'm like, hey, I know how to screen scroll.
Yeah, it's not nearly as difficult as screen scrolling.
I beg to differ. Screen scroll has a visual lineup. Y'all's is just like, oh, appear a few pixels on the screen.
Yeah, but the difficult thing about both screen scrolling and fairy feeding is getting the 1-frame taps to get yourself into the spot.
It's so funny.
And again, similar both tricks about, you know, getting some practice, getting the feel for it, gonna help you out a ton.
Alright, so here's P1.
Of course, this is what
he's not up A. He doesn't care about the magic refill because everything's cheap now.
And he's thinking maybe he can get a double level here. I don't think that's gonna happen, but who cares?
For real. Not when the stats are what they are, you don't need it. It'd just be gravy.
Yeah, and as far as the seed goes in Palace orders, it sort of funneled our runners into the awful dungeons like P5 and P6 early. And then the last dungeon almost everyone is going to do is going to be this P1 in the middle of the Valley of Death.
Well, but the funny you should mention that the one person who chose not to do the P5s and the P6s early was Patrick. He went and found P3 and did that, and then found 2 on the island and did that, and then only when he was up to attack 4 and 5, it was like, all right, let's go kill Guma, let's go kill Barba.
Oh man, I saw methinkso with a life cast, and I'm pretty sure that was 1 bar.
Woo!
It may have been 2 bars, but definitely not a good life roll here.
I was about to say Patrick's going left. This is This is a travesty.
I don't know where Patrick's going.
Probably going left.
Now, that's an item room. Patrick doesn't want that.
Yep.
Back to the left we go.
Stab, 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 stab.
Notable thing about that that item room that Patrick skipped out on.
Room.
That was one of the few item rooms that doesn't require a key.
See, there's the stairs. Definitely died there multiple times.
Making it up those stairs without jump or fairy is technically in logic, and it's not easy.
Oh, we got a drop in level 1. That don't happen. It loops.
Yep, and Patrick making the sensible decision and seeing the loop, just up A, find a different path at the start. So Dr. J is in Death Mountain. I wonder if Dr. J being thorough here is going to lead him to that P1 in a more reasonable time than finding it absolutely last like everyone else is going to.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah, I can double check the logic on that, J. Cooper. I know I haven't changed it. It's still whatever Dig Shake originally set it to. But yeah, I'm not sure it's ever come up in a race. It is, again, a thing that doesn't require any glitches. It's technically possible to do, but it's annoying. In fact, I can check that real quick here.
Oh boy, development with Elendar. Live development. There was another drop room. Is this Canada? No, not Canada. Anytime I see a statue coming in from a side like that, I immediately get wary now that it's Canada. Well, this is going to be Palace number 6, Gym number 6. All the goodies for Patrick. Just over an hour in. Eligible for level 9. Wait, no, wrong game. Great Palace.
Yeah, and still not burning any gems, just gonna take all the levels.
Well, you don't want to burn because GP's on this continent.
Yeah, he's just walking out anyway. It does cost you a little bit of time, but I don't think it matters. I think it's a fine decision by Patrick. Just gonna be extremely well equipped for GP.
Yeah, for reals. Flutes! Where the heck is Dr. J? You got a flute. Oh, that's in the basement of New Kasuto.
Yeah, and we've seen that flute check from methinkso and Patrick so far, and that's unfortunately just a Wilson encounter.
That is the only time I have said level 9. No, I might have said it on my own streams. I have not said it on ZSR.
I have called Palace 9 and Z1R GP on several occasions.
They do have similar room counts, I suppose. The thing is about our level 9s is like typically you can skip some of the rooms. GP, once you in, you're all in.
So 101.54.
He's not even gonna up A to refill health or magic. He is confident. And we're going right. And King Bot from the top rope. No, he wasn't there. Okay. Instant T-Bird. Gonna wish you hadn't ferried.
Oh, gonna wish you didn't find instant T-Bird too. With T-Bird required, this means that you will get no information. Also, I did look it up in the rooms file. That room does require fairy or jump logically.
GP is Great Palace. So with the instant T-Bird, as mentioned previously, you're gonna see all of this Great Palace.
Yeah, it's a little tricky sometimes because the rooms file doesn't have names for all the rooms, so it can be tricky to identify and find some of them. As as we go, I've been working on putting names on all of the rooms that are a little easier to find in the rooms file.
Well, this attacks 6 chunks, and we see the tried and true pendulum from Patrick. A little bit of stall on the corner, and then
and of course, as soon as you comment about how good Patrick's doing on this pendulum, he immediately gets a cycle with 0 hits.
Just a little one, but cleans it up very nicely. Had triple hits for most of those cycles. Methinkso is in Death Mountain, so he's put together that the Eastern Continent is segmented. And here come the chickens.
Oh boy! Where's Christy when you need her? Just more chickens.
I did not know Ganon had, like, an affection with poultry. Oh, King Bot from the top rope.
That's the kind of time you want to see King Bot, though, just to despawn the rest of the enemies.
It deleted the bubble. Oh, speaking of yikes, that bubble stole his magic.
Yeah, J-Ro and I were looking at some of the code for Kingbot and why he almost always despawns all the enemies, but sometimes one of them lives.
Overload.
Kingbot is specifically designed when you break him to free sprite slots 1 through 5, but not sprite slot 0. So if Kingbot is the first enemy that loads up on the screen, he'll be in sprite slot 0. But if he's not, and there's another enemy in sprites, it can sometimes not despawn one of the enemies.
This is a interesting path for Patrick so far. All of this is left, and more left.
Yeah, fairy requirements. Thankfully, Fire Fairy makes it a joke.
I think he had an option to take a right, but didn't take it. The emoji room should go into a vertical elevator.
There's a couple of different emoji rooms. But this one does.
Oh boy, it's your favorite!
This is the version of the upstab required room that you cannot cheese. You need to have upstab to beat this one.
And Keybot's like, I'm the gatekeeper. Come get some.
Patrick, thankful that he did end up getting that upstab when he was there rather than just hoping jump is good enough.
And now they're like, we will stall you for 30 seconds.
Yeah, bots in GP, for some reason, have way more life than they do anywhere else.
An absurd amount of unnecessary health.
Yeah, and that's true of the Kingbot bot. The Kingbot bots and the non-Kingbot bots are separate enemies as far as the randomized health goes, which is why the single bot you thought was so much easier to kill.
We're still going left, and I want to draw attention to that. Okay, we found a secret room.
Yep, Patrick can use jump to try and roll a 50-50 there, but
50-50,
he's got enough magic, he's not going to do that.
That room will either be statue 50-50, or it'll be a fairy, or it'll be just an enemy in the room.
Yeah.
I'm saying it's interesting to keep going left, because left will never lead into Dark Link. Unless it does go by a separate room. Whenever
he goes up or down an elevator, it's also leading left. It's just all left.
This is Chromaticalism, whatever his name is, approved GP.
Yeah, just go left.
Just go left.
But pick the right left, right? Don't do the left, the right left.
Yes. So my moniker in Zelda 1 is when you get into level 9, check your corners. I learned during a particular race in Speed Gaming Live, check the correct corner. Because there was one corner that I missed for 20 minutes.
I've definitely not lost an hour in a race in Z1R because I missed one item.
Oh, he went to the upstab and missed. He's on literally 0.1 HP.
Yeah, and he has not gone out of his way to get a lot of stuff like no shield, no life spell.
He's got the life spell, he just don't want to use it.
I don't think Patrick has life.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He was seeing it
on his tracker.
Well, he just marked it because he saw the sign.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but Patrick, I think Patrick only has the 3 required spells in Jump. It's one of those things where he figured he could just save a little bit of time not picking up the spell.
King bot from the top rope.
Yeah, because Life Spell was in New Kasuto, and it's a little bit of a walk to go get it.
Yeah. My dog is angry. Do we have a Dark Leak?
No, put that on a fork!
Uh-oh. No, he does not have life. You're right. I appreciate him turning the beat frequency down.
Yeah.
And this is what
Patrick got
Fire
quarter
Fairy's
speed beeps.
for. Does not want to deal with spicy chickens.
I resisted the urge to put in increased beat frequencies.
Oh my gosh. Alright, this is what I hate about this game. I like everything about this game except Great Palace. And it's not even for the non-Euclidean geometry, it's just how freaking long it is.
Yeah, I mean, we have Short Great Palace on, too!
I play Short Great Palace is on right now.
Yeah, this
40
flex
rooms
is
is not short. Maybe 20 rooms is short.
It's shorter!
It's shorter, but not even 25%.
I definitely appreciate Great Palace for what it is. It's a good final challenge to the game, right? You need that big test of skill, spike in difficulty at the end to create excitement in races, right? It wouldn't be a great equalizer if it were easy.
This is fair. This is fair.
Speaking of equalizing, Patrick down to his last life.
Great Palace is what gives me like heart attacks in this game.
Methinkso in P1, not that far away from being able to be into GP himself.
Unfortunately, why did he up an A?
I just too low on resources, wanted to check a different path at the start.
Because what we've seen so far is a lot of this GP is just snaky, windy, linear stuff. We've seen maybe 1 or 2 forks. Alright, while Patrick finds the fork he needs, I gotta take the dog out. Come here, Daisy.
Answering Irene's question, Dr. J and Para are 0-1 right now. Patrick and Methinkso 1-0. We do get to see the item that Patrick didn't want to pick up in P1 is the magic key. So, yeah, if Patrick does get stuck behind that key required room, this is going to be a huge pickup for Methinkso.
Well, Patrick goes straight right. We have not seen this branch yet. Unless it loops into something. He seems to believe he's looped into that before. Which I think he has. We've seen that spicy chicken. So are we going right?
Nope, we're gonna go left here. I don't know if I think Patrick had gone left here before.
Because I remember this king bot. I don't know why we haven't gone right. Because this direction carries on for about 15 or more rooms.
Well, I think there was a left, not too many more rooms. Yeah, so Patrick can go up here.
He's like, I wish I picked up life.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have shield. Good gosh.
Well, shield would have been annoying to get. Shield would have required the medicine, which is in the east, and from what I could tell, the medicine is gonna be in Spell Tower. So you would have had to get the child, go into Darunia to get Spell, but that was on the eastern end of the east. So then you'd have to go back to the western end of the east to go turn in that and get Spell Tower. And that would get you the medicine, and then you'd have to go back to the west to get shield. Like, if you wanted to get shield, it would have been, honestly, a 4 or 5 minute side quest.
Yeah. We're gonna take a deviation from the shield analysis to look at our other pairing, Para has found level 1. So she found the path through DM, and she is on her way towards her last crystal. Patrick taking an unfortunate death against an easy enemy, so now he has to go through the stabs and the King Bot again.
Yeah, and you know, I talked previously about Dr. J, one of his advantages being, you know, him being thorough means that he usually has a pretty good experience advantage. But because of how sort of convoluted and trolly this seed was, everyone is ending up on pretty high levels.
Oh,
so
gosh,
the XP advantage is not going to be that big a deal.
So methinkso has his last gem. He is off to Great Palace. Patrick was in here around 101, 102 because he got his gem at 101 like 30. So it's been 12 minutes, but no amount of time matters when you have a linear GP and it's like, oh, this is a new room.
Yeah, and but it's also a fork. Does he go left? Does he go up?
Up.
Okay.
Run!
Yep, and methinkso fairy feeding out of the hell. He's gonna be in GP in just a sec. Just cast fairy. Yep, okay.
I've had to do this room without fairy. It is stupid.
It's not fun. And another fork?
Up again?
What is this, GP?
This is great!
Why?
This is content!
Ugh. You had to go like a million laps so you finally end up where Patrick is right now. And... Alright, another upstab required room. That one you can cheese through with jump, but obviously Patrick having picked up upstab gonna make it through no problem. methinkso now into GP.
Bridge room.
If you're in GP at the same time as your opponent, you got a chance.
You feel good.
Because
typically bridge room connects to Link.
I mean, it could be anything. It could even be a boat.
Oh gosh, this is not the dead end room. This is the one that heads off to the elevator.
See, methinkso here on Thunderbird, getting a good setup.
Oh boy, my least favorite room in the game.
This is not my least favorite room, but it is. It can be a tricky one. Though it looks like it rolled some pretty kind enemies. I say immediately before the spiciest chicken. Yeah, this is the chance to cast jump.
Yeah, use jump. Don't even take the risk.
Yeah. Definitely some rooms that jump makes a lot easier. This is one of them.
And this is different from the room of this copy you saw earlier because the enemy set was different. Another bridge! methinkso on T-Bird. One more stab! Oh, got greedy.
There are 4 different bridges in the vanilla room pool. And that is among them.
There's the King Bot. Fire! Oh my gosh! Okay, elevator's gotta be it. No! What are you doing, game?
Trolling.
There it is!
Wow, what a GP. And I think this is Patrick's last life, so he has to be a little bit careful.
You don't have shield, don't have live. Dark Link has all the same stats that you do. It'll take 3 hits to kill him. Now use the silver arrows.
Alright, easy peasy. And get your GGs in chat. Patrick going to be the first one to finish. I don't have an official time, but the bot will have it in just a second. 1:17:18.
Whew.
Yep. And methinkso looks like he's going to continue on, but remember that Patrick only racing methinkso, so the Dr. J versus Para race still quite close as Dr. J is going to finish up P4 here. That's going to leave him with just P1 left.
Yeah, we're going to turn our attention to the other pair for a little bit because we still have a competition going on there. GG's to Patrick navigating that really, really convoluted both DM and GP.
Yeah, Dr. J takes a death on hard Karok, but he's got 3 lives in reserve. Gonna be no problem here.
Yeah, he'll be fine. Not only that, he's gonna, at his current rate, he will enter GP at 888.
Maybe. Sometimes life 9 is cheaper than attack 8. It can be awkward to get attack 8. Yeah, it depends on how the randomness rolls.
I thought every level 9 always costs like 9999 XP.
Yeah, nope. It's still, all the levels are still based on their vanilla levels. They're the vanilla level plus minus a fraction, and you know, when you get to the higher levels, the difference between a high roll and a low roll becomes a lot more because it's so much more to go. But we'll see. It should be attack 7, no problem here. But then might be a bit tricky on attack 8. Usually it doesn't matter because who gets attack 8? Para gonna be into GP 119.07.
Dr. J has to figure out the puzzle of Death Mountain to find both level 1 and GP. I don't even know if he knows the segment is required yet. We'll see based on how he explores the east.
Yeah, and 6,800 here for Dr. J. Like I was saying, the 6,800 is life 9. So wow. he will not be able to get attack 8 unless he holds over his experience and gets a bunch more later. But I suspect we're just either going to see him grab life 9 for the level or just burn the gem.
Methinkso has come in a different way. Look, he's in the upstab area, but he's entering it left to right.
Interesting. So there must have just taken a loop from the other side there?
Something like that.
Yeah, because we know Patrick was taking lefts early.
What's the Wi-Fi password? Dr. J getting turning in the trophy. What was that spell again? Shield? No, what was it?
The trophy is was that jump today, right?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, good old vanilla jump. So let's see how quickly Dr. J figures out that he needs to find this stupid segmented east.
It could take a bit. You think so? I think that's where you needed to go right. You needed to go right from the very beginning until you kept hitting all them lava bridges.
Okay, and I have pulled down a Patrick who is waiting in the wings. Patrick, how you feeling?
Hey, good. That was a fun one. It was already to be a really straightforward seed after the first 5 palaces, and then that was a really nice curveball, and then GP was fun and interesting.
Yeah, I was saying fun, maybe not the word.
You and I have a different definition of fun.
I really liked the way the caldera was structured here, how it sort of made a big loop around.
Yeah, I had no read at all on the East Continent the first time through. I thought it was just like a mountainous. So I saw like the lava place in the top right and assumed that was Death Valley, and saw Three-Eyed Rock and assumed like that's where the rest of the side or the side was, and just yeah, that was a fun moment to like have to reevaluate everything.
Yeah, it took us seeing you go to what we're gonna call Three-Eyed Corner, and it's like, oh, there's nothing there, and I'm like, oh, this is segmented. Oh joy.
Yeah, because I mean, you were the first one to like really sort of exhaustively search the east, and once you had figured that out, it's like, well, it's got to be a Death Mountain, and then Death Mountain turned, of course, to be also a giant troll.
Yeah, that was. Yeah, like I said, I mean, it started off really straightforward. Like you find all 3 continents immediately. Like there's no problems getting the palaces. You get the glove early. You get the ferry for free. So it felt like it was going to be, a sub-hour seed, real quick. It's kind of like just the right amount of twist for what I like to see. So
yeah, got some cool stuff going on. Man, GP, you did eventually find that sort of arcane path through it. methinkso has been having a time of it. Para has been going through like one of the big loops that you found in the other direction. I don't entirely know how she got there, but like I remember you going left through all of these rooms, and she is going right through all of them. And of course, this is all a big waste of time, but I suspect most people who go through GP are going to find some of these big, stupid wastes of time.
yeah, it was kind of ugly with the required left kind of in the middle of this big loop, so there's not really a good way back to it. And yeah, it was. I enjoyed it, but it's kind of gross.
Yeah, and then no good safety spells. I know you didn't have life, but I think it's only 1 bar life. It might be 2, but it's pretty disappointing life. And then obviously getting shield would have been a huge mess. At this point, I think we have conclusively determined that the medicine for shield is in Spell Tower.
No, I got the medicine. I think
did you get the medicine?
Maybe that was in Rising Peabag Cave.
Okay, I know we got the hint it was on the east fairly early, and then nobody really cared. But like, you would have had to get it, and then like there was never a convenient time to go back and get shield spell.
Gotta go all the way back to Mido near the beginning.
So yeah, you had a number of times in that GP where you had plenty of magic rolling around and not really anything to do with it.
Yeah, but I figured with life 7 and attack 6, shield was kind of a luxury.
Alright.
I had the chance to get it because I had the medicine when I up-aid back to the west, I believe. Appears on the right track now.
Yeah.
So yeah, I could have gotten it, but I decided to get jump instead.
Yeah, jump made a lot of sense. We thought that you were getting jump just to do upstab skip, and then you ended up finding Daruni in a pretty convenient spot anyway, and got upstab. And good thing you did.
No, I kind of like to have, at least a couple safeties in Great Palace. So jump and shield are my usual 2, but today it was a high life effectiveness and a lot of life bars and a cheap fairy as well.
The only potential troll left in that GP could have been the key requirements. That item room in P1 that you decided against doing was the magic key.
I thought it might have been. If I'd run into a key block, I was going to go back to P1 because I left the key right outside the item room.
Yeah.
And I was going to check the item, but I got a key from the first big bot at the S upstab block.
Oh yeah, I forgot that. Yeah, with keys in the item pool, you can usually just find a spot to farm.
Yeah, they were rare, but I only got 2, I think, throughout the game. But
that life
kind of was well timed.
Yeah, I think most of the runners got a key. There was one that popped up early in the sequence that most people got early on in the West, just from doing that, and then it didn't come around again for a while.
Oh, I said Para was on the right path. I meant methinkso.
Yeah, thinkso's on the path.
Okay. Did I say Para? I thought was still in the loop.
Well, Para's now back at the beginning because they got lost or stuck or something.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone has taken at least one up here so far, and that's likely to be true of pretty much anyone who does this. And Dr. J is on the path now. He has found the path in DM that is eventually going to lead him to the east half of the east.
Well, I think I'm going to sign off and start getting ready for bed. So thanks for sticking around and commentating, guys. I always appreciate it.
Yeah, good luck, in the future rounds.
You
You'll
as
beat
well.
up on Mirai for me.
All right. Well, have a good night. Thanks again.
Oh,
And
have a good night.
It's not bedtime in chat.
Did you see what happened? Thinkso was clearing away the floor so Spicy Chicken would fall in the lava. Then the bubble was coming around and it popped him right in.
Yep, that's what you get for opening up the lava. I mean, it makes sense, but pain is what you get for lava.
Now cash jump. Now cash jump.
Does
We
Methinkso
don't.
have jump?
Ah! I don't know.
Say, if you have jump, it's definitely a good place to do it. It only costs 8 magic at Magic 7 here, but
I do think Methinkso's on his last life.
yeah.
You just gotta cross the bridges. Those who cross the bridge of death must answer me these questions 3 and the other side, you see.
Yep. And I think this is just
Fire.
going to lead him to the elevator where Dark
Fire!
Link is.
Oh my gosh, he's getting so dicey.
Yeah, I mean, you've got Fire Fairy. I feel like you should use it. Okay, so this is going to lead right down to Dark Link, but Methinkso in a little bit more precarious of position than Patrick was.
He's got spells
Okay,
though.
he's got spells. He's got Shield Spell. 2 bars and Shield Spell, better than 3 bars and no Shield Spell.
Did Dr. J die in DM? Because look where he's at. Oh, he's in Valley of Death.
He's in the Valley of Death. Oh, he's got 5 lives. Okay, there's a heal. No problem here.
Is he
He's gonna be able to-
skipping? Like, just fire fairy across. You
Yeah,
have so much dang magic.
yep.
Methinkso gets the kill.
Yeah, official time for Methinkso 1:30:09. So about a 13-minute difference, and that was about the same difference in terms of getting to GP. So a pretty equivalent GP clear time to Patrick. Just
Yeah,
kind of a rough GP in general.
Yeah, Jay is encounter skipping. Don't know why, but yep.
And I got Methinkso here. GG to you, Patrick. We just lost Patrick, but that was a seed.
Sure was a seed.
We early on, it was linear. It pushed everyone through getting all of the required items, and then as soon as you got to the east, it became a hot mess real fast.
Oh yeah, and as is typical for me, like the start of this game is just absolutely brutal. All the dark caves. I'm still not used to dark rooms, but dark caves, the diamonds everywhere, the red apps, awful to deal with.
Yeah, the early caves, Patrick definitely had a bit of an advantage in, and one of the things that would gain Patrick a lot of time is that maze island stunk, and Patrick ended up going south to the palace early, so he found both items quickly, where pretty much everyone else in the seed did that whole loop around the top and spent a whole bunch of time and a whole bunch of encounters kind of getting nothing.
Yeah, that was yeah, I guess that was pretty bad. I mean, that kind of just fell in the back of my mind compared to like the whole Death Mountain and the split east and all that. Trying to sort that out.
Yeah, it didn't take you that long to find it out once you figured out you needed it. But yeah, pretty much everyone fell into that troll where it's like, wait, there's no way across to the east. Wait, what? Oh, I gotta go through Death Mountain? Oh, come on.
Yeah, there's a part of me that's kind of hoping like maybe there's a cave I missed on the west, but I was like, nah, I just gotta dig through the DM, and then like having it split up in like with that hard boots lock as well. It's like this DM seems pretty small. Where's all the other caves?
Yep. Yeah, it ended up requiring most things. No fleet requirements. That 3-eyed rock, also a big old troll hanging out in the corner.
Oh yeah. through a connector too. It's like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, you got to check it, but
Yeah.
when you do check it, you're just gonna find out that it's nothing. I think Para
Yes, Para's on the path.
is on the path, and Para has just an absolute ton of resources remaining. You know, Dr. J is gonna pick up his any key.
No one has more resources than Dr. J.
Yeah, Patrick had found that item room in 1 and decided to skip it, and we were thinking, well, if the key required room was in GP, that could potentially have been a thing to help you catch up, having that any key there, but instead we just got a whole bunch of lefts.
Yeah, that sounds about right. There's quite a weird loop stuck in there. It's just like, felt like I saw the same elevator room like 4 times, and it's like, it's kind of a weird. Am I in the same room? Am I not?
Yeah, you and Patrick, I think, ended up taking a pretty similar route. GG's to Para, gonna be the winner of the second race, 133.58. But yeah, your total clear time for GP was about the same as Patrick. He was just in there a lot earlier than you. Para actually, as far as like the clear time went, had a pretty quick GP, but Para sort of took a lot of those same loops that you and Patrick did, but the other way. I don't have a full conception of the stupid GP loops in my head, but
Yeah, I had no idea what was going on with those loops. I'm just glad I was able to just find a different path.
yeah.
If I had to go back through that and find some weird alternate route, that was just never going to happen.
Yep. And GG's to Para, the winner of the second side of the race.
Yeah, that was a pretty tough one.
Yeah. Believe it or not, all things considered, your GP time was, I think, the fastest of the 3 people who have finished so far.
I'm not that surprised. It felt really long, and I did take the correct branch at the end. So
yeah, as long as it was loopy. There were a lot of loops coming back in. I think Patrick and methinkso both took somewhere around 13 minutes.
Yeah, but my overworld exploration was really slow. I just made a lot of routing errors out there, and I had a lot of trouble finding the connection to the part of East Hyrule that you can't get to.
Yeah,
For that.
You and methinkso both got into a trap. You were the first one to fall into the. You were the first one to do Maze Island Para, and that whole northern part of Maze Island that was completely useless. Sort of sucked out a lot of time.
Yeah.
And there's no way of knowing, right? It was sort of just you would spend a bunch of time digging for that second item, and then Patrick came in and just hugged the south.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't need the second item, but I didn't know that. And it's like, well, what do I do here? Because I kind of need to go to the palace anyway, and I couldn't even see how to get to the palace, so I didn't know which route to take to get there. And I also wasn't sure if there would be another way to get out of Maze Island to somewhere else, so I was like, I'll go up here, and, I was still looking for the boots at the time, and the boots would have helped in Maze Island a little bit, I think, but, no way to know. It was better it would have been better to just go Eastern Hyrule first, and then come back to Maze Island, but,
Yeah, I mean, it's hindsight, right? You never know where things are going to be, what items are going to be where, and the overworld just trolled you quite a bit.
And then my first, I went to Death Mountain twice to try to find the other connector, but the first time I went, it wasn't even the right time to go, because I would have had to complete clean up in West Hyrule anyway first, so I would have been wasting my time there. I did find the item, but I would have gotten it later anyway, and it was just a magic namer. I didn't really need anything at that point anyway, because I had Sheep Fairy and Power Glove and Boots. I was good to go. Like, I I didn't need anything particular there anyway, but so that trip into Death Mountain was kind of a waste of time, and I didn't need to make it, but that's how it goes.
Yep. And then other than that, the seed was pretty generous as far as experience and resources.
Palaces were pretty short.
Yeah,
for
for
real.
the most part, they were.
There were a couple instances that's like P5 go down 2. There's Guma. I think 6. Barbara was kind of far away.
P6 was long, but I didn't go the wrong way, so I got it pretty quick.
Karok,
think we got pretty lucky there.
Karok wasn't far. Rebo wasn't far.
Yeah.
One was a little convoluted, even with its multiple drop rooms. One that
It was, yeah, I pretty much full cleared one, but it's fine. That was okay. One's not very long anyway. I like the lizard hidey hole in the western part of East Hyrule. You go to the three-eyed rock, and it's just it's on the other side of a cave, and there's nothing else there. And it's just a Lizalfos, one of those things.
Dr. J is about to get into GP, and he has a bunch of lives. Z has not up-aid in a long time.
Yeah, there's a lot of life drops in this.
He even wants to get extra levels and full clear, get all of his spells before going into GP.
Okay, I have to duck out. Thank you for the restream and the commentary and all that.
Yeah, GG's again, and look forward to seeing you in future rounds.
GG. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm fixing a monitor issue real quick.
Oh, you're good. Upstab was not required because that required upstab room we didn't have to go through. And the one ceiling we had to go past is just one of those single ceilings, so you could just jump stab glitch that one.
Yeah, because the hard upstab required room was in that bit of the loop that we saw Para go through the opposite way of Patrick, and you could have just downstabbed through the other way.
Yeah. Well, Dr. J skipped his life 9. I believe specifically because he wants attack 8.
Yeah, I mean, I think he has enough lives that the extra life from life 9 is not going to be that big a deal.
At least, forget lives. He has at least 5 lives going into this GP. Which
I don't
is
think I've
pretty
seen
darn
an
funny.
888 in a rando race before.
Yeah,
He's
it
about
could
to get
be.
888.
Usually the only way you're going to be able to get 888 in a rando race is if you are power leveling attack. You get attack 8 and then use attack 8 to ramp your other 2. Just because, again, you get that situation where life 9 is cheaper than attack 8 decently often.
Oh, jump strats, and you fight absolutely everything. Jump strats, but no shield strats. That Thunderbird still hits like a truck.
Yeah, Thunderbird does not joke. I had talked about how there are 7 different categories of randomizable damage that you can take, and one of those categories is just Thunderbird.
Thunderbird literally took off 5 bars off of Dr. J at life 8.
Yeah, he does not joke.
If you don't turn on Reflect or Shield, you're just asking for it.
Yeah, and obviously both of those help quite a bit. And Dr. J, it's just a question of how much magic do you have coming into the fight.
Wow, that was clean. That was clean for a second attempt.
And he's gonna get attack 8 off of it. Very nice.
That is a first. We can say that has never happened before.
Yeah. The way life works is any enemy that the damage that it deals doesn't scale with life levels in vanilla also isn't randomized. So there's certain enemies that just deal static damage, and those still do static damage even when enemy damage is life effectiveness is randomized. But yeah, all of the enemies that hit for 4 damage, say in the vanilla game, are going to continue to hit for the same amount of randomizable damage.
All right, so we went down 1, right 1. Let's see where this goes.
Stuff like I think fire does static damage. I don't remember exactly. I don't have a table for it, unfortunately. The randomizer is just doing the same procedure of starting at a bunch of different memory addresses. But I know there are a few things that deal static damage.
When you have near max attack and spicy chickens still take 9 hits to kill.
Yeah, I mean they're no joke.
Crazy. Dr. J does not want to take any lefts yet.
Well, I'll have to take off, but thanks for the restream. Appreciate that.
Yeah.
Oh, this all loops itself. This all loops itself.
Welcome to GP. It's all loops.
Alright, so now we're taking a left. But this is where you came from.
Yeah, I have a conception in my head of what the broad route through this GP is, but it's one of those things where when you're looking at 4 different runners, somehow you have less of an idea of what's going on than when you're going through it and playing it by yourself.
Yeah, don't say. Monitoring 4 people is easier than monitoring 1? Nope.
Yeah, and also, when you're playing yourself, you sort of take. Everyone has their own different strategy for how they map out palaces. Some people actually will create a whole map and draw it out. Obviously, that's of somewhat limited uses, but people remember things in their head differently.
GP
make notes in different ways.
GP is the only palace that I started teaching myself to track. I'm like, alright, here's the bottom half of my paper. Let me just draw lines at any of the forks I see.
Yeah, and it'll be nicer when we have some new palace styles that actually, use coordinates and make sense.
Euclidean geometry. You might be able to grab a few more people in with that. I'm convince some Zelda 1 players to come join Hell with me.
Well, for people who like Insanity, 4.4 also has Chaos Palaces, which are the equivalent of Door Shuffle, where going in one way and back out the other way is not guaranteed to take you to the place.
Oh, good lord! I would try
that one does not appear on random because it shouldn't. That one's only going to come up if you and Dr. J definitely confirming only 1 bar of life per life cast. At Magic 8, life is not that expensive, so he is
up and right.
If he wants to gain a lot of life out of that life spell, he does have enough magic to sort of smash the button a few times.
Go left. If he goes too far left, this goes to the other loop. The really giant loop. I may not be able to stay. I may not be able to stay here for all of that.
Yeah, I don't know how long we're gonna stick. I as sort of up to our restreamer how long we stick around on this one, but it's just this GP. You have to find a very specific route, and it's not the sort of thing that people are likely to find. Everyone's going to do the thing that everyone did, where you sort of explore all the loops until you find the way out.
I remember playing a GP, and I was still pretty fresh. I was racing Mirai and TA and Gob 1 or something. Mirai finished in like just over an hour or something. I finished like 30 minutes something later. You go in this GP, it zigzags around a whole bunch. You get to a point and you're taking a whole bunch of lefts. And there's one of these lefts that has an elevator and you can go up. And I thought it was the dead end room. I didn't. It's that one that has all like the zigzaggy platforms. And I thought, okay, when I see this one, they taught me it's dead end. I'll have to go in. Not considering, idiot, you came in through an elevator. You know that means it's not a dead end room. And that was the only way to Dark Link. Everything else, you go like 40 something rooms in the palace just to hit that one dead end room with a minor item.
Yeah. Okay, so this one might take a bit. We are running
he's
a bit
going
long,
through the
so
loop. Here we go.
we're gonna send you over to ZSR2, I think, and we check out the last race of the night that just started up there recently.
That sounds good. Uh-oh. Thank you all for tuning in for Zelda Speedruns, Zelda 2 Randomizers Standard Tournament, Twist Week 2. Finishing up this week. We starting to pull out the players of the game. Who's going to make it into bracket and who's going to take those coveted top seeding spots. Stay tuned throughout the week to find out. Now on over to ZSR2 for more Zelda 2 Randomizer action. Y'all have a good evening.